What's wrong, Paddy?
Well, Cian, you see, we do these podcasts every week, and as much fun as we do have here between the two of us, sometimes I just get sick of seeing your stupid fucking ugly mug every week.
I get that every day.
Cian, what are we gonna do about it?
I have no idea.
I have an idea, Cian. Why don't we have a special guest on this week?
Why not?
Who can you think of off the top of your head?
Sean St. George.
Is that like the best guy we could think of?
He came to my head first.
I was thinking of someone like Buddy Holly.
Sean St. George.
Buddy Holly's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought Sean St. George as well. We're so alike.
Do you have Buddy Holly's contact number?
I have Sean St. George's contact number, yes.
Right, just get him then, I suppose.
Let's get Sean St. George
Sean
in here.
St. George, here we go, he's coming in. He's almost, he's having trouble with the door.
He's trying to come in. he's not coming. He's coming in.
Woo! He's here. Sean St. George.
He's here.
George St. John, here he is.
That is weird how we got him straight away. When
Yeah.
He was just off the top
It's
of my
almost
head.
as if he was waiting outside the door.
Or you told me to go out and come back in.
Don't say that. We're trying to record a podcast.
So Sean, how are you?
I'm good. I'm as good as I can be.
Oh, that's good. So, there was a lot of preparation for this episode of
Yes,
Off
there
Topic.
was. I spent a lot of time in my hair today.
Is that so?
Yeah.
When did it occur to you that this is an audio platform and not a visual platform?
When you hit record.
So, here we are again, back in the studio.
Back in the very professional studio that
Yes,
is
very professional.
a room in my house.
Yeah.
So professional.
So Sean, a lot of people listening to this podcast probably know who you are. But
Probably.
just in the off chance, in the fucking alternate reality where they probably don't know who you are, why don't you just fucking enlighten them, Sean?
I am a podcast maker like these lads.
Is that the official title?
No. There's a word on us, but I don't know the word, so I just said that. Yeah, I make the arcade podcast where I talk about games and stuff.
Did you say the arcade?
No, I said the arcade.
The arcade.
There's a D apostrophe.
I meant to ask you about that as well, because it's so mind-boggling to me.
It's very Dublin.
I
It's
get
very
that,
Dublin.
but like I always assumed that it was D-E.
No, it's
Like, that's how you
D
would
apostrophe.
say it.
You just pronounce
Darkade.
Darkade. Because if it was D-E, it'd be D-arcade.
Is it very dark?
No, Keen, it's Darkade.
I thought. Oh.
You're making this more confusing for
I
yourself.
got a lot of questions.
I suppose you could get that on a t-shirt, can you?
Well, yeah, you can get it on t-shirt. You can get whatever you want on a t-shirt if you're brave enough.
That is absolutely a fact. So Sean, apart from your amazing podcast that you and your brother and Mark also host.
Yeah, Mark as well, he's there.
You
Do actually forget about Mark the odd time because he does not show up an awful lot.
How many episodes is Mark in? Like in the podcast? Like
Well, in the podcast he's done the first 3, I think. He was definitely in the first 3, but he wasn't in the last one.
how many is there? 5?
There's 4.
4?
I've done 4.
Where the fuck's 5th one?
We're still working on that one.
That should be a good one though, since there's
Oh
a
yeah,
whole
I waited for E3 to come and go. But I
yeah,
decided
there's
to do
a
it.
lot of shit going down with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We'll talk about E3 more later. That's a little segue, sort of. So Sean, you're into games.
Wow,
Yeah.
great segue.
Yeah.
No,
What's the deal with that?
I like games and I talk about games really well.
Try-
I'm very convincing. I'm very convincing.
Try and sell your podcast in 10 seconds.
My podcast is so good that we eat cheese sandwiches when we're doing it.
Wow,
And that's 10 seconds gone.
He only needed 5. That's how good it was.
Wait, say that again.
We only eat cheese sandwiches when we're doing the podcast. That's
Whoa.
how
Get that on a t-shirt.
They are toasted. They're toasted.
Oh, get out of the way, 2FM, who probably don't eat anything when they're doing their podcast.
Can you imagine that if there's just like, all right, we got a great new hit from Ed Sheeran, just in. These are really good. These are really good sandwiches. Anyway, here's Shape of You, but then they don't put on Shape of You for like a solid 10 seconds, and you can just hear them eating the sandwich. What a great podcast this is turning out to be.
Oh yeah. Very off topic.
Oh ho ho!
Oh, roll credits are done.
Oh,
We're done.
oh,
Credits.
Oh. Okay, that's a wrap, everyone.
Someone played a Seinfeld theme.
Okay, so if we have a guest on, we try to ask, what the fuck are you doing?
Am I your first guest though?
You are
Probably.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're the first guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so
This is very new to you, Keaton.
yeah. What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm doing the podcast.
What are you doing?
Doing the podcast.
Keen, calm down.
What are you
alright?
doing?
Focus a bit.
What are you doing at the moment?
Doing the podcast.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah, I mean
Are
in
you-
life.
Do you not know what's
Do you mean
happening?
in life in general?
Yes.
Well, currently I'm sitting on my arse doing nothing.
There we go.
Are you making any films?
That is the worst segue I've ever heard in my life.
Talk about hitting the nail on the head, Keaton.
Are you doing this particular thing, a specific thing at the moment?
Yeah, I am.
the most broad question and then the
I'm-
most narrow one.
I
right
will,
after each
I
other.
will say that I am working on a little project that could or could not be a little movie. Why do you ask?
Why didn't you have some exclusive insights into this?
Because I know you may be doing something.
Yeah, I am
This is
doing.
terrible.
I'm doing a little project, and I actually shot a scene of it yesterday with these two lads that just, you know,
Oh, they
Oh,
sound
they
cool.
really-
oh, they were
Were they handsome and devilish? Was that the story?
they were a nightmare to work with. It was just constant back and forth between them. You
I
know.
think I heard banter.
You know, I gave a guy like this part to read because there's one line that's a voiceover part, and
Oh yeah.
he had the script in front of him, which was handy.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So all he did was read the
And
words.
he did it amazingly. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It took us about 3 minutes to do that. You know.
Oh, I think I heard about that. Yeah,
This
you
is
were
a-
telling me.
This is a I can do this line in 20 seconds. I know because I timed myself. Originally, I was going to record it, but like it took him 3.5 minutes to do it. So you know,
God, he sounds like an absolute bollocks.
Well,
that's not-
at least
that's-
at least he's banter.
that's not though compared to the other fellow who took 10 minutes to
Well,
shout
listen,
one line.
maybe it was because he wasn't reading the line,
Okay,
and
maybe.
then people started confusing him, saying, "Just say whatever."
Okay.
And then all this sort of stuff. You know,
We tried to make it easier on him, but
we
you know,
made it
just-
actually confuse
10
me
times
more.
difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we can talk about these devilishly handsome actors.
I never said that.
Oh,
I don't
that's
care.
that sounds like you said that at some point. But Sean, listen, right? Apart from
listening.
the podcast, you also have your
YouTube channel.
your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Sean.
where I do gaming videos that I haven't touched on since actually about a week ago because
Wow, those
last-
were the days.
the,
Right?
the last podcast episode went up about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But no, in terms of videos, I haven't done videos since like
It
Christmas.
feels like
Yeah.
yesterday. Really.
I've been busy doing a lot of other stuff.
Well, in fairness, it's hard to make videos
Oh yeah, there's a
in
lot
this
of,
in this
in this day and age.
in this economic age where we're just trying to get by. We're scraping by as it is.
that, and I'm lazy.
That as well. I
I
suppose.
just can't bring myself to open up the editing software.
Sean,
Yeah.
as you know, as you're aware,
Of what?
He's gonna tell you.
I'm about to fucking say it.
Okay.
We did the Exhale short film.
We did do the Exhale.
Did
short
you
film.
say Exhale short film?
The Exhale short film available on your nearest YouTube platform.
On your mobile device.
What's that?
Download the app
What
on
are
your
mobile
iOS or
devices?
Android.
What's an Android?
Okay,
I only believe in brick phones, Patrick.
so we should probably give some context to this. Basically, me and Cian and a few others in the Edenderry Youth Action Group.
And me.
I'm fucking getting to that.
You just don't shut up, do you?
No.
Just yap over here.
I know you're a guest, but like, come on.
Take a hint.
Okay.
I know it's a podcast, but would you just shut up?
So we put together a short film of sorts. There was a strenuous process put into the making of this. We went
Yes.
through so many scripts, and we basically settled on Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
I've dubbed it just Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
So, which was my script. I wrote Spider-Man 3 basically, and everyone's like, "Hey, let's just do Spider-Man 3," and we did it. And Sean was also there.
I was.
That was his only input.
I help I help with camera direction. I'm in the credits.
Yeah.
True.
Basically, it's the Irish Cancer Society are holding a competition to see if the youth of Ireland can make a good sort of 2-minute video on like why you should not smoke. That's why it's called Exhale, because breathing.
And why should you not smoke?
I think
according to our
message-
video, why
Our
shouldn't
message
you
is
smoke?
very prominent because if you smoke, you turn into the boogeyman, or
Yeah.
some variation of that. And
No
that's what
one
happened.
likes the boogeyman.
No,
The
you
video-
don't want to be the only boogeyman at a party.
The video overall is kind of like iffy on the whole subject matter, but then once you get to the end, you're just like, there's a message there.
There's something.
Words,
There's something in
words
there.
on the screen. You're
Whoa.
like, wow.
Hang on a second. Maybe I want to be the boogeyman.
No, but you don't want to rot from the inside out.
Don't
Well,
rot
yeah,
from
that's
the
bad.
inside out.
Mm.
Stamp it out. Capital STH.
Keep
Stamp.
trending,
Yeah.
y'all.
Available on YouTube.
Stamp it like the Queen on those stamps.
Link in the description. You can see that first hand.
And you look, what's it called? How do they find our video?
I don't know, just Irish. What I do is I just look up Irish Cancer Society and I go through their videos.
You could just search like exhale competition followed by sketch. That always works.
Or
for me.
You
even
can do that.
click the link in the description. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, click the link in the description.
Provided we remember to put the link in the
Yeah.
description.
Yeah.
It's happened to me a few times on my videos where I say I'm going to link something and then don't actually link it.
Yeah, and the way you win is that the one with the most views. So view our video, please.
Have you been checking the other people's videos?
Oh, they're
No,
miles ahead. We've no chance.
I mean,
that's not fair.
with your help, we can stamp down on the rest.
To be honest, they should have
Listen,
done...
it's not about the views, man. It's not about the
But it
content.
is about the views. That's
It's
how
about
you win.
stopping smoking. It's about sending a message out to the world.
It's about the message.
Hey, world.
Stamp it out.
It's Patrick here with another message about smoking. Did you know it's bad and you shouldn't do it because you will die of smoke disease? That is
Smoke disease.
smoke disease. The widely contracted smoke disease. The most ironic thing I think I found in this is the fact that Sean smokes like a fucking train.
I wouldn't call it smoking like a train.
How many do you smoke a day?
Not a lot.
Well, listen,
5-ish, more or less.
That is
that's
a lot.
more than zero now.
You can put that on a t-shirt.
Oh, that was the most. I think that was the funniest thing about the whole thing. Because like when we take a break from filming,
Yeah.
I'd be straight out the
Yeah,
door with it.
absolutely.
And you weren't even smoking in the
You
video.
don't smoke in the video.
And the worst part was we actually weren't allowed to smoke with a cigarette, so I couldn't be caught on camera
Yeah.
with a real one.
So basically, we had like, I don't know why Joe made the cigarettes. He took it upon himself to make the cigarettes. No one
Yeah,
asked
like
him to.
at the day of the shoot, it was just like, okay, guy, fine, you're really twisting my arm here. I'll make the cigarettes, and he already had them made.
So basically,
he probably
we-
had them lying around from
Yeah.
not even from a past project, just something he had.
Yeah, we had these like paper,
Tubes.
paper tubes basically,
that were
and
coloured
there's
on
like
one end.
They're
there's
laminated.
like cartoon smoke coming out of it.
Which, to be fair, like they looked really unbelievable when we were filming it, but they actually look surprisingly real when you're watching the video.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can believe that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So good job, Patrick, on
Wow.
your visual effects.
nice job, Patrick, on doing everything. Hate to say I made the entire thing, but
You even started.
Oh,
with
man.
that.
I
That's
actually
how far
feel
you
like
went.
I feel like such a dickhead because my name comes up like 3 or 4 times in the credits.
Yeah, I know what that feeling's like.
And I'm just like making up titles for people so it can space out my name, so my name doesn't come up like twice or 3 times on
Yeah.
the screen at once.
See, when I was doing my my project for college, obviously because I was the writer, director, cameraman, and every other freaking job on the fucking
Yeah.
project besides acting, I decided the best thing to do was just bundle all the jobs into one kind of thing.
Yeah.
Put my name underneath that.
What was that title?
All round amazing guy.
I originally I wanted to just say everything else. Just leave it at that. But then I was like, no. So I have like just it's like writer / director / cameraman / editor / visual FX designer. That's it, and then just my name.
So you could just say some shite like a film by your name here. What?
Yeah, Sean.
John.
Sean St. George.
You've known me
On
for
the-
like how long now? How long, Patrick? This watch is broken.
Yeah. I basically, what I should have done though is I should have just said a film by me. Because that's...
Starring these
yeah,
lads.
Yeah.
With help from these lads.
Yeah.
That
What
would have
was-
been easier.
Do you remember there was a sketch / video oblivion short film hit that was cards, and the credits are basically like the stupidest shit. They're like
I didn't read the credits. What were they? Please
they're
elaborate.
like written and directed by Patrick, Keane acted, also Adam and Joe. That's what the credits say.
Very professional.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. We probably shouldn't put credits in videos anymore.
No.
Well, we can talk about what we're doing, but what's the world doing, man?
That's a good question.
What's
Keane.
going on in the world?
Keane, is it time for that section where you say that thing?
It's time for What's Happening? That's the jingle.
The echo in this room is fantastic.
Yeah, I know. What's happening? What's happening in the world?
You think with all this professional soundproof and stuff we have on the walls.
Oh yeah, it looks
there'd be no echo.
It looks very nice, but when it comes to getting the job done, it doesn't work.
I'll be honest, Keen. I think the interior designer in here, he fucked you really, because he just made it look nice and it doesn't actually cancel out any sound.
Yeah, I probably need to call him.
It's very purple.
It's very purple.
Yeah, that's
The
because.
most purple I think a purple room can be.
Well,
is this
anyway,
amount.
what's happening?
That is a good question, Kean. I'm about to tell you what's happening.
I'm gonna tell you in just right
In
now.
approximately now. So, Kean, you're aware of the Eurovision.
Yes,
We all know the Eurovision.
No, what's that?
I heard of Euro World.
That'll be the catch you up. So basically, in a land before time, when dinosaurs roamed the earth and all that existed was Eurovision, the Irish ruled supreme court justice over the lands. We were like gods among men, if you will,
Okay.
in terms of Eurovision. In terms of everything else, we were starving and in a famine.
We were gods.
Yes. And, you know, in the space of time that's passed since then, that title's been stripped away from us. Like those magic tricks where the lad's like, hang on, watch this, and he pulls the tablecloth and then everything falls off the table and he's like, I saw it in a YouTube video, I thought I could do it. And then he's like, well, you should have fucking considered that before you set up everything on the table. And then it's like, listen, Susan, why do you keep always giving out to me about this stuff? Like, every fucking time. I just wanted to
Okay,
stop
magic,
my
magic,
dinner,
magic,
and every time you just
magic.
fucking- yeah, sorry,
Focus.
right. So Eurovision. Anyway, basically, you know, we used to reign supreme and now we look like the fucking spare bollockses in it, basically. They're always picking shy countries like Albania.
Is that even a real country?
It's not,
Yeah.
no.
Is Albania not a real country?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Albania is a country.
Just add
Listen.
alien to anything.
People say that Albania is real, right? Have you ever been there? I've never been there.
No, but I think they won Eurovision one year.
They're just picking fucking random countries out of a hat at this point.
Well, they
basically.
are now because Australia's in it.
Australia's in it.
What?
Just they let fucking anyone in, won't they?
They will, and
That is disgraceful. But, Sean,
yes.
there's a glimmer of hope.
Where?
A tiny spark at the end of the tunnel. That is
Jedward.
our. That is. Okay, let me dial the clock back to 1998.
You're
A
gonna
hit
bring up-
song hit every single radio station in Ireland.
Ice Ice
It-
Baby by Jedward.
It was, in fact, My Lovely Lovely Horse.
That was 1998.
That was 1998.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so the hit band Fallen Lights from Mullingar, Fallen Lights from Mullingar have produced a cover song as they did outside of the Father Ted house, which is situated in Clare.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's situated on Craggy Island.
Well, listen, Craggy Island's not
Yeah.
fucking real, Sean.
What are you on
No,
about?
it's
There's video evidence. The whole
All
3
right.
seasons of Father Ted, that's video evidence.
Fair enough. I've been made a fool of on my own podcast.
There you go.
So basically, this band, they went out and they did a cover for a bit of crack, bit of banter. You know
Fair
yourself.
Alright.
Bit of the chat in the bands.
Yeah.
But it went surprisingly viral on the interweb.
The Crack August Kill went viral.
The Crack August Cure went viral. They put it up on their Facebook page, right? And it got 70,000 views. Facebook.
Facebook.
When was this?
This was, I think, last week. So basically, what's happening now is people are rallying towards them. They're rallying with them. So they're
Go on,
looking
yeah.
at them like, hey, these are our leaders in the stride towards Eurovision domination.
For real.
Yeah.
They're gonna
People really want them to send them into the Eurovision with My Lovely Horse.
Because we're not going to win anyway, so.
No, we sent a fucking turkey one time and we didn't win, right? So there's
No way. I wouldn't ever get that.
they put him in a trolley and they wheeled him around a bit.
Just send Johnny Logan back.
Johnny Logan. Listen, we have Lovely Horse and we're gonna win the fucking Eurovision. I'm calling it now.
Well, they can't
Eurovision 2018, we will win.
They can't do any worse than Jedward.
That's absolutely true. Why did
I
they
know.
enter twice?
Jedward had that thing at the very end where like they stood in the middle and all the water came down around them. That was pretty cool. I thought that was cool.
Wasn't it great the way they looked alike and they were twins? Was that their whole thing?
Pretty sure. it
Get a
was,
new
yeah.
gimmick, Jedward.
Is it sad to say that I actually didn't see Ireland perform in the Eurovision this year?
It was supposed to be very good, but clearly not good enough to win the fucking Eurovision.
They didn't even get into the final.
No.
Like I watched the final and Ireland wasn't there.
Everyone was like, "Oh, this Ireland song is surprisingly good." And then we didn't fucking win, did we? No. Cian, what else is happening in the works? I feel like you're itching for the trigger here. What else is happening?
Okay, Patrick, I'm going to ask you a question.
Go for it.
What do you hope that the world scientists have achieved this week?
Solving world hunger.
And Sean, what do you...
Flying cars.
Flying cars.
Yeah.
Well,
You sound very awful.
just going straight for flying cars. Anyway, what they have achieved,
This should be good.
they have created AI that plays a perfect game of Miss Pac-Man.
Wow.
Not Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man.
I've never been more underwhelmed in my life.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the MSPACMMAN Miss Pac-Man.
Well, they're getting paid for a reason, Cian. And that is the reason.
And that's to create a robot that can make a perfect score in Miss Pac-Man.
It's not like the first time that's been done. I mean, some guy made a robot that can like play himself in chess,
Yeah, but why?
and the robot is that good at
Because
chess.
he's
He
really,
can't beat
really
himself at
lonely
chess.
and he can't get anyone else to play chess with him.
He has nothing to do for the midterm.
I thought, wasn't it Pac-Man, like, you can only get so far and then it glitches out and then you can't play anymore?
No, you can finish the game. I've never.
How does it end?
Well,
I don't know. I never finished the game.
And they look up a walkthrough or a tutorial or
Those
something now.
ghosts, they get too fast. The more you
Sean, do you have a
collect those
tutorial
jokes.
on that on your YouTube channel?
No,
Well, sure, the whole Metal Gear Solid, you might as well do a
I don't
Pac-Man.
have the whole. I do have the whole Metal Gear Solid, don't I?
You do.
well, the AI achieved the perfect score of 999,990.
Well, that's not perfect.
No, it's not.
Where's the million?
Well, I guess that's so much you can go. That's the end.
Cian.
Hold my beer.
Do you want my honest opinion, Cian?
Yes,
I don't fucking care.
I agree.
You put this down as news.
You got this
Yeah.
off of Twitter.
I'm very angry about it.
Why?
Yeah, you sound angry.
Yeah.
Listen,
Why?
Listen to that passion.
Grr. oh, those grr.
That's it, is it?
That's my anger.
Wow.
That's bad for me.
What's the next thing in the news, Cian?
Well, E3 has been happening a lot.
It has, yeah.
it's been happening. And Sean,
Actually,
you're into games.
Happened. It's over now.
It's
It's
over,
over
now.
now.
I don't understand. What is E3?
Electronic 3. Okay, we're done.
What
Yeah,
does the tree stand for?
it's 3 E's.
What?
Oh, it's 3 E's.
It's
As in-
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Oh, that's
Alright.
stupid.
Yeah,
That's a shit title.
E3 sounds much better.
Yeah.
Well, many games have been announced and set a date and stuff.
Actually, no games were set dates. Well,
Well,
no, there's no games that were set dates.
What about Super Mario Odyssey?
that's
Ke-
what we're going
that's
to be talking
Keen's
about.
area because I have no idea what the hell we're on about here.
Well, do you know anything about Super Mario Odyssey?
No,
He
okay.
wears a funny hat and it has eyes on it.
What do you think of it?
It looks
Sounds
fine.
terrible. Sounds terrible.
Well,
Conflicts.
well, it looks as if he's in the real world.
What do you mean, the real world?
He's in a city
He's, in,
like
San,
New
he's
York.
in San Fran, as it were.
Oh, right.
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah, he's in a city climbing around, all parkour, like throwing his hat around. And
Sounds like an amazing game. Speaking of amazing games, have you seen the new Sonic the Hedgehog game?
They're making a new Sonic the Hedgehog
They're
game?
making 2 new Sonic the Hedgehog games. One looks passable, the other one looks like fucking garbage.
Which is fair.
well,
because
why
the
don't
last
you
one
tell
was
us
terrible.
about that?
Alright, so basically, the game is called Sonic Forces, right? And it's taken all the worst elements of anything you can think of and just fucked it in there. So basically, they saw that... You remember Sonic Generations?
Yes.
No.
That was... Well, listen, right?
I filtered that game from my mind.
That was a passable one for the
Literally,
time.
it's just
Little
New
Sonic,
Sonic.
and Teenage Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Mashed
And people
into
were
one.
like, this is fine. And then Sega were like, oh, fine. Well, it's in the new one now. We're just shoving that fucker in there. So now you can play as small Sonic or big Sonic. But that's not all.
what?
You can also create your own original character
Oh, no.
in the game and play as that.
But why would you want
This
to?
is-
Because Sonic's there.
this
There's 2
is-
Sonics there, actually.
This is a
Oh.
thing. It's an internet thing where people make their own original characters and they're fucking awful.
This is gonna be like fan art gone
Yeah.
wild in the game.
It's basically fan art has made it into the game. And it's like, oh, it's not just the bad guy. There's like 5 bad guys, and one of them is like an original character, which is basically just Sonic but like red.
Isn't that Knuckles? Pretty sure that's
No,
Knuckles.
he's like red but evil also. It's shite basically.
Then that's evil Knuckles.
And the other one is basically just Sonic 4.
Okay.
So there's
Well,
that
that's
going
pretty
on.
good.
No interest in them though.
Now,
No.
the thing that was announced at E3 that I wanted to talk about, unlike your Sonic thing,
segue.
unlike your Sonic thing, do you know what Mario's getting a crossover with?
I've seen this.
Rabbids.
Looks fucking awful.
They're literally the game version of Minions.
I think everyone knows rabbits at this point, like.
Yeah.
But the rabbits are better. I mean, they come from the Rayman universe. Rayman
Yeah,
was
but
class.
it's Rayman is good, but the rabbits are not.
Yeah, and they've
And
taken
they're all
over.
right. The first game was okay. And the other game after that was terrible.
There was Rayman Raving Rabbids, which is just like a party game. And then Rayman Raving Rabbids 2,
Which was also a party game.
which is also a party game. And then like Rabbids TV or something like that.
Which was a real thing.
Yeah.
That was their first official game.
And now Rabbids and Mario.
Didn't they have a television program as well?
What?
Was there not something like there was like a computer animated television?
Oh, yeah, on Nickelodeon or something.
program? Yeah, some shit like that.
I just don't like it. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah, it looks fucking horrendous.
Raving rabbits.
I'm not raving for rabbits. I can tell you.
The Idiot Assassin Egypt is coming out.
Do you mean Assassin's Creed Origins?
Idiot Assassin Season 2. Comma.
The Idiot.
Jays, you're an awful Egypt.
The Idiot Assassin Redux.
It's just gonna be another part of the playground.
It's like, wow, we're in Egypt. The same swing set.
This is an in joke.
Yeah.
Not many people are gonna get it, but
Nah, it makes sense.
it's probably a good thing to put into an internet podcast.
Yep, definitely. So, what do you think of the whole Assassin? I actually forgot the name of the game for a second.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Creed Origins. What do you think of that, Sean?
I think it's
It looks
fine.
good.
Really?
Yeah, it's familiar, but it's different. They've taken a lot of stuff out of the Witcher 3's book, though. A lot
Yeah.
of stuff. Leveling systems and everything, and
Mhm.
you can tell they're just milking the good stuff to make their games good again, but it could actually work.
I'm not a fan, if I'm honest.
The thing I found was absolutely hilarious was they turned Eagle Vision into an actual eagle.
What?
Oh yeah, like, you know Eagle Vision in the other Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
games? Yeah, well, now it's an actual eagle that flies overhead and you can zoom in on people.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, Eagle Vision is now actual Eagle Vision. I think that's brilliant. That's the smartest thing they've ever done with this series. And this is a series about, like, dudes that invent machines that let you relive the...
And now you can relive the lives of your eagle ancestors. In case you were bred from an eagle. And so, I guess that's all that happened at E3 that I was interested in.
Was that really? Was that the last thing that you wanted to put in there?
Yes.
Was that stupid fucking eagle joke?
Well, you laughed.
I'm ashamed. I'm not happy I laughed.
Well, you laughed nonetheless, so I'm happy with
I
myself.
feel dirty.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Alright, next section on the show is my personal favourite. I think everyone's personal favourite, John.
What segment is this?
This is the section everyone loves and knows, and it is Dear Danger.
That's not my favourite segment.
What is your favourite segment?
The ending.
I
know.
It's just like, that is not my favourite segment. Like, very, very exact.
I think my favourite segment is Keen's Diary.
Oh!
His diary is shite.
That's why it's so good. Because you kind of wonder after like 20 minutes of listening to it, you're kind of like, wow, is this kid still going? How much can happen to Keen in his day? Quite a lot. Quite a lot.
Yeah. So basically, for those who don't know, Dear Danger is basically the part of the show where we get all these emails in, internet mails as they're called. And
It used to be regular mail though.
it used to be, but then we changed into the podcast. We're on the web now.
Do you know what? Do you know what happened,
inside
Sean?
the internet?
Do you know what happened?
What happened?
The 21st century.
Yeah, but
Okay, you may get with the times, right?
Come on. The internet is a
this
big
is
thing
coming
right
from the
now.
lads that started a radio show in the 21st century and still got mail.
So basically, we have this huge pile of internet mails, and they're over there in a pile. The big fucking, you can dive
On
into.
one
It's a
laptop
bit.
that's sitting in that pile.
It's a bit like a Scrooge McDuck situation. You can dive into them.
It's a virtual.
You'll
pile.
get electrocuted nonetheless because they're internet emails, right?
Paddy, you know you don't have to get one computer for each email you have.
Now you tell me. All right, so we only have one this week, for reasons unknown.
Wow.
Through no
Right.
fault of my own, we
You-
only have one email.
You didn't even try to save it. It's just for no reason.
No, the rest of them were all shite, so I binned them.
Alright.
So this is the only like salvageable one. This is my favorite one.
So sit back for like a really stretched out Dear Danger.
Okay, so here we go. I need an anonymous name for this person. Sean, why don't you give me the anonymous name?
Time's up. Darkade.
Don't call it Darkade.
He's Darkade now. Too bad.
Call it Keen Harris.
You took too long.
I'll call him Darky.
Darky.
Darky. All right.
Darky Harris.
This is from Darky Harris. Dear Danger, no one ever listens to my podcast. I just don't understand why. Like, I put it up on SoundCloud. People love SoundCloud. Why won't they listen? I've been really putting my all into it lately, but it seems that the harder I try, the less of a will I have to live. Love the show, by the way. Big fan. So that's from Darky Harris. Lads, what do you think?
I think you should just stop
Yeah,
and leave.
that's great, Keane. But Sean, since you're like an internet guru, right? You've
I'm
your
not
own
an
podcast.
internet guru.
You're basically a guru, right? You have your own you have your own podcast. You like millions of hits.
Really?
Big channel, over 10 subs.
Are you sure?
What would you say? What advice would you give to Darky in this trying time?
Well, like, I would follow the advice of the male prostitute, and that is to sell yourself. Quite literally, bug people and share your stuff everywhere.
Start your own brand.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Literally.
You know,
Brand.
you'd be surprised that, like, if you keep slapping something in someone's face repeatedly, they will eventually, like, you know.
That is actually a marketing tactic. Like,
Yeah.
no one fucking likes Nike, but because you see Nike so much,
You're going to look into it
people
at some point.
end up liking Nike.
Yeah.
That's how fucking sheeple are brainwashed. you know.
Likey Nike.
Why is that not the slogan?
Likey Nike.
Well, like, I think, in my opinion, you should stop and leave to the professionals. I think,
Like who? Can
Like-
you name a professional?
me, off topic. That's what I was trying to get to.
Oh, I'm embarrassed for you.
Mr.
This is the
I
guy
play
that-
games on a podcast.
This is the
Sean.
guy that has botched every single segue that we've done since we hit record on this.
I like Sean. Honestly, I've tried my best now in the editing room to cut out every time Keane speaks or even breathes. But you know,
That
it's
would
gonna
sound
be-
weird.
I was wondering
it's
why
like
you
you
keep...
two doing it.
I was wondering why I never come up in the podcast.
I was wondering why you introduced each podcast with, "Hi, it's me, Pat."
I was wondering why every time you speak, it's just you speaking, and then after that, it's followed by deafening silence, followed by you speaking again. Anyway, to get to the task at hand here, to help our good mate Darky, right? What I would do is get a pen, get a piece of paper, write on the top of that piece of paper reasons to live, and if you don't come up with at least two, bite the bullet.
I think one of them, at least, needs to be off topic. Reasons to live.
Yeah, well then I suppose that's it then. He has reasons to
Yeah.
live because it's off topic and then his podcast.
Yeah.
That's all that matters in his life.
So
In
I
his
guess...
Pitiful existence.
Wow.
Sorry, is that not where we were going with that?
I thought you were going to be like, "Oh, well, keep on trucking. You can do it." It's just like...
Oh, I have no faith in him. At all. No.
Well, that's the only things that will keep him alive in this world.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Like, no, actually, bite the bullet.
Tear up the piece of paper.
Oh my god.
I'll send you a noose in the post.
Wow.
I mean, like, it won't be pre-tied because I can't really tie a noose very well. So I'm
There's
basically
a-
sending you a bit of rope.
There's a wiki how on it.
There's a wiki how.
There's a wiki
Oh,
how.
look, I made up that up. I'll bookmark it. I'll
Wow.
send him a link.
This podcast took a darky turn.
Oh,
Whoa.
way to go off topic, Cian.
Yeah.
You're really dark-aiding me right now.
Yeah, and I could say that Darkade.
Jargade.
I can't believe. Insert pun here.
And then our YouTube channel.
Oh my god, I think. Alright, so that was. That's all we have for.
Hope we helped you.
If you want some
I think we were actually a hindrance.
if you want some honest advice though, clickbait is the way to go. You'll be surprised how far a pair of boobs will go.
On a podcast.
Every file needs a thumbnail, baby, that's all I'm saying.
Darky tries to kill himself. You won't believe what happens next.
He kills himself. Oh god.
This simple podcast maker just killed himself. You won't believe what happened after.
It's just like, take this test to see which off-topic member you are.
Oh my god, what happened after the funeral?
Oh my.
Hope that helps, Darky. That was alright, so that was Dear Danger. And sorry lads, we're coming near the end of the show.
The end of the show.
The end of the show.
Well, we've been recording for 40 minutes.
What the fuck do you mean?
Jargade records for 10 minutes longer.
Oh really? Really? Well, I don't want to fucking have a biggest dick contest here, but whose fucking podcast was an hour long last week? Was it? Hang on, no. Hang on, I may look it up. Hang on. Was it? Keen, do you know? Was it us?
I think
it was us. Yeah. Hang on. Yeah. How long is the longest arcade episode? Sorry, Darkade episode. How long is that?
Well,
Is that?
Stupid? Yeah, I thought so.
See, it's hard to say because we don't really have we kind of stick to consistent times in the podcast. But when we were on the radio, we had a show that lasted 2.5 hours.
Oh really?
No.
Well, one time I had a sandwich for 3 hours and
Beat that!
I don't think I have anything
Bread
else
was
to
stale
say.
at
I
the
think
end.
it speaks for itself, that statement.
Was it toasted?
Toasted and roasted. Right.
Wow.
Alright,
You've
so
got me there.
while we're wrapping up, Sean,
Alright.
do you have any final words to say? Because you are, of course, our first guest. It's quite a high honour.
I feel honoured, but at the same time, I kind of feel like sad because there's going to be people that come after me now.
Sorry.
Can I not?
What do you want? I can't.
Can it not just be me and me?
I want to be the only guest.
Just bring me back every now and then.
Yeah.
Don't bring on anyone else.
Sure, listen, Sean, we'll probably run out of guests. Sure, we only know like 5 people.
That's fair enough, yeah.
You're one of those people.
Sean, why don't you take us home here? Take us home country road style.
Okay.
Just, why don't we'll give you a bit of time at the end of the show. Why don't you just plug the shite out of it and just throw in everything that you can?
Okay, you're getting 10 seconds again.
What am I going to do for this?
Well, no, you gave it pretty good. All right, just tell. Where can people find you, Sean?
YouTube, mostly. And the reason for that is because we were on SoundCloud. The podcast was on SoundCloud, but now I have to pay for it. I'm poor. I don't have money, so I'm going to pay for it eventually, but not now. So that the podcast's on YouTube, and I'm on YouTube. That's like Goin All Gamer.
Going all gamer, you heard it here first.
And that's Goin with no G. Just an N. Goin space All Gamer.
Right.
Fantastic.
Where are you on Twitter?
At Goin All Gamer.
Alright. That's simple then.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to remember that?
We kind of learned very early on when we were setting up everything that if you use the same name for everything, people
Oh.
can find you a lot easier.
Oh, because I was just thinking maybe it's just called like Pimple Dimps or something.
And maybe that's why we have such a struggle, because we have like 5 names for our one YouTube channel.
Well, if you keep the name simple, it tends to work out easier. So, like a name like, for example, Video Oblivion.
Whoa.
Some people can't even pronounce
Jeez, that sounds like a shite name.
Oh, I'd hate to be the guys who made.
But when
come
you
up
when you
with that
short it
name.
down to something like sketch,
Yeah, you should look that up.
Fellows.
Can I just say, I love the fact that that time when we did the first video, of course, right? And like for some reason there was a huge push on us trying to get I think you trying to get the bloopers out, and us trying to get the video up at the same time, and it was such like a rush hour basically.
Yeah.
Was what that was, and like I was like, okay, Sean, I'm gonna put up the video tomorrow, and you recorded this thing in your house at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
Where you just had a camera like held directly up to your face. It's like, listen, I did a video with these lads. They're called Video Blaze.
Blah, blah, blah.
And then you had to put text on the screen because
Yeah.
you couldn't remember what it was called.
But now it'd be so much easier because it's just sketch.
Sketch.
Absolutely.
Sketch.
Memories.
Where can they
Sketch.
find you, Mr. Donahue, on Twitter?
I am at Paddy Danger on twitter.com/Paddy Danger.
Sketch. Sorry.
It's just like subliminal messaging.
Sketch.
Just every 5 minutes, just sketch.
It's called echoing, lads.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, Keen, how do we find you on Twitter? Are you
Oh
on-
yeah, I'm a boy named Keen on Twitter.
That's a shit Twitter
It
handle.
is, it's really bad.
It's a bad Twitter handle.
Fuck you, Zan.
It sounds like one of those uplifting 80s teen movies. A boy named Keen.
One
Cool.
boy, Cian.
On a journey to manhood.
One job. Incompleted.
And then it's like cuts to film. It's just like, why doesn't nobody like me? And then
I want to ask Sarah to the dance, but she's going with Tony.
Joni. Joni, a very teenage name.
Tony.
We'll see you next week, guys.
See you in the
Bye.
next one. Adios.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.